It's great.
Okay.
I'm going to Utah. How was the last part of that flight, Josh?
Buffalo.
Caleb, how was your flight?
Awesome.
I think I'm ready to get out of there, get into nature.
Nature. Maggie, what are your first thoughts on the Vegas airport?
Lots of gambling.
What do you think?
This sure is a contrast to the hiking I was promised.
Why is there a lizard?
For the children to enjoy, of course.
I have been on connecting plane flights, which is not my teacup. One of them was 4 hours. Right? The other one was 2, right?
Yeah.
So technically 6 hours.
6 hours of flying.
And I do not like that. And right now we had to walk so much, and then
And there was a bus.
Bus.
Ugh.
Then we had to walk
What time
more.
is it?
I'm
It's like
sitting in the
1,
heat,
it's like
sweating.
2 o'clock, and we've been awake for 10 hours.
I feel so happy.
Reese's. Oh, what? Ah, New York, New York.
That is crazy. It does. It looks like New York.
Wow, that's a really big CVS.
Hello, this is Maggie Takes Over Time. We're in the car right now heading for, where are we going, Dad? St. George, Utah, and we're staying at a Hyatt place. And right now there's like lots of mountains out there. I'm very excited. But Mom said we're gonna have to be like nomads, kinda. We're spending 1 night somewhere, 2 nights somewhere, 1 night somewhere, 1 night somewhere. And we're moving. Oh, cool. We're coming. I think we're going. Are we going under this mountain? See, like, we're going through the mountain. This is so sweet. Sick. Oh my goodness. Look at that beautiful rock. Hello. Me and Bunny are here to do a room tour. So it's not anything fancy. It's a small room, but totally worth it because this girl has her own bed. Hello. Now for the full room tour. Here we have the bathroom with a complimentary soap. How beautiful. I mean, yeah. And Bunny really loves this complimentary toilet we have here. So, here's the closet of Narnia. I wish it took me there. And this is my bed.
I mean, if we didn't do the detour to the side,
It's great.
okay.
And the best part, I don't have to share with my brother. We have this also lovely piece of art. See? So, well, this door open. Oh, it's a pull, not a push. Trying to warm up some hand warmers, which are not working.
Maggie's having such a good time. Caleb's on his phone. So we got to Zion at what time? We got here around 7 a.m. this morning. We did get a spot in the parking lot at the visitor center, which I guess is kind of hit or miss and you have to be early. But I'm shocked at how long the line is for the shocked for the buses. Like it is crazy long. I'm gonna show you. And evidently this is like off season. Here, take it. Go. Oh no, his pants. No. Go, 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 go. Oh, and we're coming back down. Caleb, tell us why you packed so many coats and then refused to carry them.
It was cold.
We are in Zion National Park, and we just did the
Narrows. Sorry, the Riverwalk.
We did Riverwalk next to the Narrows, and we did see everybody going down the Narrows. It's been kind of chilly here this morning. Everybody's having a hard time regulating their temperatures a little bit, but beautiful trail, bus system, super easy to use, and we are going to the Emerald Pools Trail next. Anything you want to add?
Nope.
I'm going to give you a view of what we're looking at here. Oh, look at it.
It's beautiful. Well, here, let's look at our signs.
You brought him on this trip. It's your fault. You should have just left him home with a bowl of kibble.
At this point in the trip, we just sort of stopped filming with any camera except for the 360. Unfortunately, that means I get to narrate us through the rest of the trip. I need you to move. I need you to move. All right, scoot. So, you're just gonna be in this? After we hit up Zion for the day, we actually went over to Kanab, Utah. We stayed at Base Camp 37, which I made a video on, and it was an awesome glamping spot, so make sure to check that out. So our full day there, we did a couple of things. We went to some really cool sand caves. I guess they were carved out when people were mining in that area, and you hike up to the sand caves, and it's a well-known spot. People will pull over, there's a parking lot. It's an easy hike, but if you have any fear of heights, like my dad, then sometimes it can be challenging. Once you get up there though, there are these really cool sand caves that you can navigate through, walk through. I mean, you touch the wall and the sand just kind of comes down. So I don't know how these sand caves are still standing, but really great spot to get some pictures, totally free, which is always nice when you're on a trip like this with family. Then we did something through Expedition Kanab, which is a UTV outfitter in Kanab, Utah, obviously. And we did, I think it was a half-day tour. UTVs, we got to drive them. There were 5 of us in our UTV, so my family and my dad. I think there was an option to do one of the tour guides driving for you, but my husband, Josh, had no problem driving himself. I would have been a little bit nervous to drive myself, but he did a great job. We went to a couple places. So we just got to drive around Kanab in the desert, which was really great. They do make sure you're wearing helmets and goggles. I would absolutely bring a gaiter with you or some sort of neck covering because you're gonna get dirt everywhere. We went to the Great Chamber, which is this really big open cavern, and there's just sand that you can play in. We hiked up to that. then we also went to a slot canyon called Peekaboo. I think there's a couple Peekaboo canyons in this part of the country. This one we did have to take a UTV or some sort of four-wheel drive out there to get to, and we did a hike through there, just these beautiful slot canyons as the light is coming through. It's just amazing pictures, really beautiful, really dangerous, I guess, if there is a storm coming through, so that's why we went with a guide, so we would feel more comfortable knowing what the weather was going to be like. And then from there, we did some sandboarding, which is just as embarrassing as it sounds. I didn't make it very far. The kids did pretty well. We had some spectacular falls.
Did that look good? That's good.
Yeah.
All in all, that tour was great. I would highly recommend it. We had a blast and we were absolutely filthy, which is what you're looking for, I think, with a trip like that. Then, after we left Kanab, we headed out to Bryce Canyon area. And we ended up staying in Tropic, Utah, which is close to Bryce Canyon National Park. On the way there, we were just kind of amazed at how the landscape changed, and there were a couple spots where we just pulled over and climbed around near hoodoos, and just they're everywhere. The landscape is beautiful out there. I would just make sure you always have good shoes on. Josh ended up doing a couple hikes in sandals and it just wasn't a great fit. Beautiful landscape heading out there to Bryce Canyon. When we got to Bryce Canyon the first day, granted this was spring break, it was so busy that the park ranger said, don't even bother going to see the amphitheater, like the famous part of Bryce Canyon with all the hoodoos. It's so crowded you'll never find parking, and he said just go do the drive out and back to the highest point in Bryce Canyon, which I don't even know that we would have done if it hadn't been that crowded. And it turns out when you drive up there, you're at 9,000 and some feet of elevation, which is the highest point I think any of us had been to, definitely on this trip. And just beautiful views. Then we drove back down to see the amphitheater, still crowded, so we ended up going back to check into our hotel. We were staying at Bryce Canyon Inn. That was a perfect spot, about 10 minutes away from Bryce Canyon National Park. There's a coffee shop there. We ended up renting one of the bigger cabins so that my dad had his own room, my family had a room, and then there was a living space as well. We each had our own bathrooms, and after camping, even though it was a fantastic glamping situation, it was nice to have a little bit of space. They also had a pizza place on site. They have laundry on site. It was just a really good place to kind of regroup. Plus, even in this town, at this inn, the views are just ridiculous. Everything is just so beautiful, and you could sit outside and enjoy the crisp air. Big fan. We ended up dropping the kids off at the hotel, and Josh and I went back to Bryce Canyon at night, where he took some beautiful shots of stars, and then he made me hike down into the amphitheater in the dark, which was one of the more terrifying things I have ever done. I don't think I have very good night vision, and that was pretty evident when we were hiking in the dark. And then the next day, I couldn't believe that he had taken me down there. I didn't die, which was nice. The next day, we came back and we did a hike at Bryce Canyon. We combined two different trails, I believe, and I'm sorry if this is not correct. We combined the Queen's Garden with the Navajo Loop Trail, which ended up being somewhere between 2.5 and 3 miles, just going down into the bowl of the amphitheater and then up through the hoodoos. It was great. I would highly recommend it. I think Bryce Canyon ended up being one of my favorite spots on this trip. A little bit exhausting for Maggie, I'm not gonna lie, but she hung in there. was told that there's a bunch of prairie dogs at Bryce Canyon. I saw where they were supposed to be. I did not see a single prairie dog, and that was a little bit disappointing. Then we headed back from Bryce Canyon. We only stayed there one night, and we started making the trip back. So we stopped in St. George again. We hit St. George up on the way in to Utah, and then going back out, we stayed in St. George one more night at the same hotel, and we went back to a park that we had loved so much the first night we were there. We wanted to go one more time, and that was Pioneer Park, I think is what it's called. So many places for kids to run around, beautiful sunset. I could see it being nice any time of day, but sunset was especially beautiful. A slot canyon that was actually kind of terrifying. I didn't go in it. I think Caleb ended up climbing out of a hole somewhere.
Hi.
I scraped my knee down here. Uh-huh. I slipped on a rock.
You in there, Caleb?
Yeah, I am.
Hi.
I need more biceps. I need to like Cusco this. Okay. If I can get my foot here.
Can you do it?
Yeah. Oh man.
Are you gonna make
I knew I could do it.
Hey, Caleb. Watch out for that
I knew
rock.
there was something I was missing.
Yeah, just a beautiful spot, and it was a really great way to cap the night off. But the next day we left St. George, Utah, drove back into Vegas, where we flew out and made the trip home. Overall, just a great trip. Highly recommend it for a spring break trip for anybody with kids, without kids. I don't think it really matters. I think my dad had as much fun as my kids did. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I would 100% go back.